Hey everyone. Hang on, I'm gonna get a drink. Okay. Figured we'd come and work on this a little bit. I did some chores. I just did my dishes. My husband's been doing them, and so it doesn't take much effort to stand there and do dishes. So did some dishes, and it made me feel, useful. And put in a grocery pickup order for my main shopping for the month. I know. It's like, hey, do I really want to do another pickup order? Um, but yeah, I know I won't be able to make it through the grocery store. I normally can, but things aren't normal right now, so I know I won't make it all the way through before I get way too tired and have to stop. So we're just gonna be easy with it, and I still gotta go in the store to pick up stuff because they make their stupid things online. They're crazy. In the one store that I go to, their app is all messed up. So to get a half a gallon of milk, it says it's like $11. It's like it's not, but that's what their app says. And I'm not gonna sit there and argue with somebody that's putting it in my car that I'm not paying $11 for a half a gallon of milk. So I'd just as soon go in there and just get it myself. We do bottled water, so I just refill my jug, so gotta go in there anyways. But I won't be, walking through the whole darn store to get stuff done. And I'm okay with that for right now. So I'm learning more and more about things that, I didn't know. And most of you will probably think, well, she didn't know that. She's an adult and she didn't know. But, no, I didn't. Take it how you may. Sugar. I knew it caused diabetes, but I did not know that it can cause blockage in arteries. I eat and drink sugar. My sodas have sugar in them. I love sweets. I don't have diabetes, but apparently it's not good for your heart either. So, more life changes. This is going to be wow, because now that means a soda won't hurt, but I love my soda. It's kind of like people that drink coffee, but I really probably should not be drinking it the way I do. I need to add more water and I'd say juices, but those damn things have just about as much sugar as a soda does, so I'm thinking I'm gonna have to find other alternatives, and I can't just, I mean, water's fine, but I think I'm gonna try because evidently, I like the taste of soda, grant you, but I'm almost wondering if it's because of the carbonation. So I'm going to try those sparkling waters and see how that does. Because they do have flavor and they do have the carbonation. So it's a try. That's all I can do. I'm 58 years old. I've been doing all this stuff for so many years that it is going to be so hard to start breaking all these habits. It's like, where do you start, One day at a time, I guess. I don't want to go too gung-ho with stuff because then I just will end up not doing it. I'm smart enough to know that if you just jump on the bandwagon and say, okay, I'm done, and that's too many I'm done's. For me anyways, I'll fall flat on my face in 2 or 3 days. I know me. I have no willpower. Especially where it comes to food and stuff. It's like, I love my sweets. I love my soda pop. But it evidently does not love me back. And, that's just kind of rude. So I'm thinking about doing the hair brown. So, let's just we'll start the hair because I'm kind of tired of coloring pine cones. I do not do a good job with hair, but I'm not I don't flick very well. And they say that's how you're supposed to do your hair. You're supposed to flick it so it actually looks like hair. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put that one as, probably hair. I was going to say forehead, but it's kind of high, so we'll do hair. This one probably is forehead. So we'll just color that like the skin. Don't do that, people. Use a brush. if you have any little dust from your pencil, and Prisma has a tendency to leave little like pencil dust when you color. So you do that, then you have you have a good chance, not a tendency, but a good chance of spreading that color all over the rest of your page if you use your hand to do it. I'm just putting down some random out here because this is the lightest color, so we're just gonna randomly put some down. And then I think I want a tad bit of like a kind of like a cream, like a pale yellow, to kind of give it like a little bit of streaks or different color, because we don't want it all one tone. I'm just going to put a little cream in there, just in different spots. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the darkest and around the shadow areas, kind of darken it up a little. Just bring that out a little bit. My doggy seems to think that because he's turning 11 months old, that he can start getting away with stuff. And I hate to tell him, but yeah, it kind of don't work that way. He's just been a terror for the last 2 days. I don't understand. He's testing his waters is what he's doing, and I don't get it. He knows he's not supposed to be doing that. But, if he's the one that likes getting in trouble, I guess he can do it all he wants, I suppose. I think he'd figure it out by now. Mama don't play like that. I am not dealing with a dog that doesn't listen. Not one little iota. So he better start minding his P's and Q's. I always tell him, mind your business. And then he'll he knows he does something bad because he'll get in trouble, right? So then he'll wait probably 2 or 3 minutes, and then he'll come snuggle up on you. He's not stupid, that's for sure. And then not 10 minutes later, he's trying to get away with something that he knows he's not supposed to be doing. It's like, you little shit. You were just snuggling, and now you want to be a butthead. It's like, okay, you can be a butthead. So now, Mom just don't snuggle because he's a bad boy. And if he's a bad boy, he's going to have to, kind of wait for the snuggling because I see your game. So he's been kind of whiny today because he's been getting in trouble. And Mom has not snuggled with him today. And he don't like it. But I keep telling him, if you wouldn't act like a butthead, we could snuggle all day long. But I'm not going to reward you for being a butthead. So, yep, he's we were sitting right before I got on here. We were sitting in the living room talking, my husband and I. And he thinks that, just because we can't see him, we don't know what he's doing. But, yeah, I always know what he's doing. So I'm sitting there, and I can hear him. And I'm like, that little shit. My husband's like, what? I said, he's in the bathroom in the trash can. No. I said, yes, he is. So my husband got up, and I'll be damned, that's where he was, in the trash can. I mean, there's nothing in there but, maybe toilet paper that we blew our nose on or something. But, yeah. My husband says he scared him when he walked in there because he didn't know he was coming. And he yelled, what are you doing? He says, and the dog jumped and toilet paper went flying. But, yep. And he loves to chase squirrels. That's his thing. So he'll lay at my front door, and I've got the, big door open, so it's just the storm door that's right there. And I mean, this dog is a big dog, you guys. He's not a baby dog, he's a big dog. And then all of a sudden you'll hear this kaboom on my storm door. It's glass, guys. It's glass. And it's the dog freaking out on my storm door because there's a squirrel outside and he wants it. It's like, seriously? You're not supposed to be jumping on the screen door. What is your problem? So, yeah. We're just having tons and tons and tons of fun with him lately. I don't understand. It's like He's getting ready to turn 11 months tomorrow. And it's like he lost his brains. So, yeah, we're battling that right now. Hit too shall pass, but what a little shithead. I don't know if you guys remember back in the 70s there was a movie out called The Jerk. And it was with Steve Martin. No, Steve. Was it Steve Martin? No, it wasn't Steve Martin. Might have been Steve Martin. Anyways, the guy found this like stray dog, and he was kind of slow. The character was, and he took this stray dog in. Well, the dog was, a pain in the butt. So this guy named this dog Shithead. So all through this movie, this guy's calling this dog Shithead. It was flippin' hilarious. I just couldn't do that to my dog, but I thought about it. The last few days, I really thought about it. I think he's just being a butthead because, when I was in the hospital for 3 days, we weren't here. I mean, my husband was here, but not till later in the evening. He would leave early in the day and then not come back till later in the evening, which, the dog was fine. He had food, he had water. There was no reason for him to be a butthead. But he is extremely attached to my husband and I because, we are home with him all the time. And dogs get used to that. They have to have routine and structure, and when they get used to something and then you spin it up on them, it really messes with them. They don't like it. So, yeah, I think that's why he's being so ornery, buttheadish, I guess. It's hard to say. Kind of liking how this is going to turn out, but I'm kind of at an impasse on how I want to do the light part. And I'm flicking like crazy to try to get it to look like real hair, and I'm just gonna like end up smoothing it out anyway. I'll show you why in a second. Okay, so let it focus, guys. Let it focus. Okay, you see all those little white dots in the hair? I don't like them. So, when I get it to where I want it, some of those will disappear, but not a lot of them. And then the only way to get rid of them is to varnish your picture, and that means going in with either a white pencil or a blending pencil and blending this all together. Once you do that, your flake is kind of wasted because it just smooths everything right out. Okay, I kind of like where I put that cream. Everything kind of just lightened those spots up. Gave it like another lighter tint in some spots. We're just going to color these because I can't flick that small. It's been kind of gloomy here all day today. And then tomorrow we're supposed to have thunderstorms again. So I got a feeling because of the issue of a thunderstorm, my husband's going to be the one to go to the store because I don't feel like dealing with the dog in my car. He likes to ride and he's not bad. He just wants to be in your lap. And I'm sorry, he's damn near 90 pounds. He's not riding in my lap the whole time we're in the car. So he will go back to the back seat when you tell him to go to the back seat. But he doesn't stay there very long. He tries to sneak his way back up front. So it's a constant reminder that he needs to be in the back seat. And after a while, that gets really, really old. So I just don't feel like dealing with it right now. I mean, I know repetition, and it'll stop, but not right now. So I'll probably stay home with the butthead, and hubby will probably go to the store. Because I know if I say, hey, I'll go, he'll go, you're not driving in your condition. Like, oh, me. So, yeah, they're not going to let me do that for a little while yet. So I'm not even going to say a word because I know better. And my old man is watching me like a hawk these days. So, if he wasn't so watchy, I might be able to get it past him and go, because, it's just out of habit. He'll say, okay, I love you, be careful. But yeah, he ain't gonna do that this time. He'll look at me and say, what are you, nuts? You want to go somewhere, I'll drive you. And I don't have any restrictions on going places, so that's not an issue. It's just going places by myself or driving the car could be an issue, so they don't want me to. Not until I'm cleared with everything. And I was doing some research yesterday, and it takes at least 8 weeks for your body to recover from a major heart attack. So I've got like 8 weeks of this stuff. I mean, of course, I'm going to ask the doctor about it, but that's what's when you Google it, that's what this says. So and I know not everything is, reputable when you read it, but as of right now, that's all I've got to go on until I speak to my doctor. So, because I know nothing, I mean absolutely nothing about any of this stuff. It's one of those things that, I guess people should be knowledgeable of, I guess. Mouth was getting dry, sorry. So I think once I'm done with this color, I'm going to lightly see what happens in like an inconspicuous spot, hopefully, in case it doesn't look good. And see what the cream does to a part of it. You can't really. Okay, it just lightens it up a little bit. Not bad. Alright, I want to see what it's going to do if I use a blender pencil, because I'm really not digging the way that one's doing it. And I know the white is just going to whiten it up even more. Alright, I know I've got blender pencils. Where are they? Where'd you go, you guys? Alright, that's not funny. Oh, come on, I don't want to break out a new one. I know there's one in here. There you are. Okay, so let's see what the blender pencil is going to do. Because I just don't like all these white little spots. Okay. See, that's what I told you. It's all that flicking. It's kind of for nothing in some books because the pencil just wasn't getting down into the tooth very good. This just kind of helps it. And it gets rid of all those little white dots. I hate those little white dots. Sometimes you can see them worse with other colors than you can with some. I don't know if you guys can see the difference that it's making. If I put the camera any lower, I have a real good chance of knocking it all over the place all the time. Because it's right above, it's like right there. Where my room is set up, that's the only place I could find that worked the way I wanted it to. So I know a lot of people will, they have bigger setups than I do. They'll put it behind them and above them and all over the place. Well, I got a little bitty webcam and it's right there. And I don't have like a tripod type of thing. I have like an arm type of thing that's hooked to a shelf and bent all crazy ways to get it to where I want it. Because the arm is kind of bendable. And I have my webcam clipped onto this little arm because the arm is actually made for a cell phone. Because when I first started, that's what I planned on using was my cell phone. Well, we found that with my cell phone, the sound was all kind of willy-nilly. And I got a lot of feedback and echo and stuff like that. So I just went to Walmart's and bought me a little webcam. I think it was like $23 or something. And I'm using it on that arm that I had for my cell phone. And it's clipped on there with a like a real big one of these. And that's what's holding it in place. Yeah. That's kind of what I got going. We're only going to do about an hour video today because I kind of got on a little late. But, you know, the way I've been feeling lately, you guys could get 2 videos in one day, you know? It just, I can't do anything else. So I get to bug y'all. That turned out pretty cool looking. Like it. It turned out really nice. It's got a lot of different tones to it. So, yep. Yeah, baby. Okay, so let's do, I'm going to do this gold. I'm holding the page down because it's bouncing when I do this. Okay, let's do. Need the henna. Where's my henna? There's my henna. No, do I want to do henna? No, I don't want to do henna. That's for skin. I want to do this one. Sepia. I just want to give it a little bit of, looks like a tarnished look, you know. I'm not gonna do a lot of it, but and then we're gonna go with like I think it's golden. No, it's yellow ochre. I was gonna say golden red, but it's not. Yellow ochre. So you don't want a lot of anything. You want to kind of layer it and blend it, but just kind of little bits at a time because making the color gold is not easy. Some people think it is. I don't think it is. Because you can get it too yellow. You can get too much of the dark color in there. You can make it look too orangey. So it's just like kind of hard. So I'm going to go back in with the ochre. I'm just kind of going to go over everything. But lightly. Just to try to kind of mix it up. The yellow that I use is just a bit too yellow. So when you put this ochre on it, it just blends and makes the right color that you want. But you gotta be careful because if you get too much ochre in here, it'll almost look orangey. You just keep going with the colors until you get the color you want. That's where the layering comes in. Okay. Too much of that yellow. Didn't like the way the dark was blending in, so I'm blending it with a blending pencil. And yep, it's coming out just the way I want it. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so now I think we're stuck with just doing the pine cones and then the branch and then the pine needles. I'm almost wondering though, I'd like to do the pine needles in like the gel pen, but I'm almost wondering if it'd be too dark. No, I think it's gonna look kind of cool. So it's got that bluish tint to it, so it kind of makes it look like blue spruce. You know, the needles that on a blue spruce, they don't look just green, they look like they've got like a bluish tint to them. That's what this kind of looks like. I'll show you in a second. It's hard to see glitter gel pen. I get like this and I start throwing all kinds of things in a picture. You just never know what you're going to end up with. So I got to be careful because you can just really just overdo it. And then your picture looks like crap. I know most people say you can fix almost anything, but when you overdo some stuff and, you know, just nothing goes over gel pen. Nothing removes gel pen. So you're kind of stuck with gel pen. Okay, so it's actually green. Oh, let it focus. But if you turn it towards the light, you get blue, dark green, blue, or dark green. Yep. And I did the same with her jewel here. Dark green, Okay, guys. That's where we're gonna leave it for right now. Hubby just came in and said dinner's ready, and I am hungry. So I will be back in a little bit, and we will finish up this page. How's that? Okay. Y'all have a wonderful day, wonderful evening. Enjoy your dinners, suppers, and we'll see you in about an hour or so. Bye, everybody.